What's going on, y'all? Shakedown 2012 from Machinima with some more E3 footage. I'd first like to give a huge shout out to End Gadget for this footage. They do an amazing job showcasing how the new PlayStation 4 DualShock control works in conjunction with the PS4 Eye. So enjoy the footage.
The Playroom, it's a working title. It's a set of tech demos for the DualShock 4, the PlayStation 4 Eye, and of course the PlayStation 4 console itself. Right. Here, let me see this. So the light bar, you said, this light bar right here, this is a big new addition to the DualShock 4. It's kind of like what the PS Move controller has, right?
That's right, yeah.
Right, this is a capacitive touchpad. It feels really good. It's very sensitive. It's as you can see, I just quickly flipped up, and you can see all the different games that you can play. These are, well, various demos, right? So there's the Play with a Sobi, which has a kind of an AI robot floating around that you can interact with, right? And if we scroll to the left, there's an AR hockey game that allows you to kind of get a sense of how the controller moves around, and you can bounce back things. And if you're moving over, there's also the AR bots demo, which is maybe the most adorable demo that you guys have here today. Yeah, let's just jump right into that. So we'll click, because it's a clickable touchpad as well as being a touchpad, right? And we're going to want to click to continue. So here we go.
The first thing you're going to get is
and so I'm actually feeling, as I move this controller back and forth, as a Sobi, the robot on screen has loaded up this controller with AR robots. They're actually inside, and we can get a look inside the controller virtually on screen, right? How do you do that?
Flick down.
Flick down. So we flick down, and now we're inside the controller. We've got a bunch of dancing robots who are listening to what sounds like house music. So as we move around the controller, you can see on screen the guys actually are moving around with me. Even more, the buttons are responsive to this as well. So if we move the controller a little bit, you can see at the top of the screen there's the back side of these face buttons, and we can push them and lights happen. It shakes up the guys and kind of messes with their day, unfortunately. We can move around the touchpad a little bit, and you can click it, and you can see the light come out of it, or you can hold it down, and all the guys look up like they're seeing a deity. And if you move over here, you can do the same thing with the D-pad. And these, and you can make the room dark, right, by covering the light pad, because the light bar is actually being tracked by the PS4 Eye that's sitting below the television. And there's also some other stuff in here, right? Like there's some sort of a speaker functionality in here as well, right?
Yeah, so if you go out, you can actually hear that move around, shake.
So I'm actually hearing them inside of here. It's a little loud in here, so you guys might not be able to hear it, but I assure you, you can actually hear it. You can hear them rolling around in there. And so we can make them jump out into the world, right? So it's going to flick up, and there's one. Flicking out. Going to keep flicking. And you can see I'm quickly flipping through these, and it's immediately responding. It's very responsive. And even more, oh God, there's a duck. What have I done? So
You can get that one back. Or click the touchpad.
if I click the touchpad, I can vacuum up these guys, and you can see on screen the vacuum is actually responding to the way I'm pushing that I'm holding the DualShock 4, and the animations on screen are reflecting that. So there's an AR aspect, of course, to this tech demo. It's recording us the whole time. This guy, I don't want to let this guy out. I want to make sure I get all of them. And as you can see, our gentleman here, Nicholas, is interacting with them in the world physically by actually, moving his hands around, and the PlayStation 4 Eye is following along with him. And there's more of this as well, right, with Asobi.
That's right, yeah.
So if we want to get him back out here, how do we do that?
Right, you want to go back to using,
Well, actually, let's not. Let's show the one more aspect that's in this, and it's the tablet, right?
That's right, yeah.
So you've got a Sony Xperia Z tablet, or a Z tablet, as you refer to it. I have to break down international walls there. I'm sorry, but there's using the PlayStation mobile app. You'll be able to draw things on here, or collect. There's a handful of pre-made items as well, but you can draw things on here and then actually throw them into the world for these AR robots to play with, right?
I'm just drawing a lovely little heart.
So he's drawing a heart, which is definitely the PC way to do this, and we fully support that. But knowing that the internet is what it is, you could draw any sort of vulgarity and throw it into the game, right? We're not going to explore those today, but we know that that is the case. So as you can see, he's drawn a heart with some X's and a mouth.
Once you're done, then you get the cutout of that shape, and then all you have to do is just flick it.
Yep. And you can just flick it into the game, into the world. And this will work on a variety of tablets, right? It's not just Sony tablets. It's Android. It's iOS as well, I believe,
Yes.
for the mobile app. So this could work on your iPad or your various Android tablets. And you can see the objects are in the world for the AR robots to play with, and they're very excited about it. So let's vacuum them up. They don't get to have any fun. Uh-oh, not that guy. And I can vacuum up the football, so they have something to do inside the controller. And if we want to go back out, that's not what we want. Uh-oh. Let's get out of here. Flicking up. Get out of here. And if we want to go back to the demos, options menu. And that shows us, again, this is tracking though where the controller is, right? So you can see the menus actually moving on screen with where I'm moving the controller. It's kind of neat, right? Like it's responding to the motion, it's responding to the way I'm turning it. It's even, and it will fade away if I cover it up. And the game tells you that you are obstructing the view of the PS4 Eye with the light bar. So let's stop obstructing the view and check out something else. So we want to click game, and then we've got all these other things. So let's try play with Asobi, right? There he goes.
You hold the controller and rub it like a magic.
And so if we want to activate, as the screen says, try rubbing the touchpad, they kind of give us a hint of what to do. So if we start rubbing this touchpad, as you see here, kind of like a genie's lamp, we then have Asobi, who looks curiously like a certain floating orb from a Portal game we might have played. Asobi is actually to play in Japanese, I believe, and it's named after the team that has made these tech demos, right? And as you can see, as Nicholas is moving his arm around, Asobi is responding. And you can punch Asobi like he did, very rudely. You can try to chase after him with your hand. You can try to grab him. He's got the sad eyes. Look at his poor Asobi. You can rub under his chin, perhaps? Just underneath. And he's appreciating me rubbing his underbelly, as it were. And you can see what's happening on screen as a result. And he's very happy. He loves me. But if I start hitting him, or kick him, or whatever, he gets fed up. He gets sad. But he eventually gets fed up with you and attacks you. So as we hit him with a pillow and punch him out, you can see that he gets very upset with our oh god, and he's freezing my head. And so to get this off, I have to shake my head a bunch and break free. So these are the variety of things that you can do with the PlayStation 4, the DualShock 4, and the PS4, all the various things the PlayStation 4 and its accessories can do. So thank you very much, Nicholas.
Thank you.